All right, what's up, boys? How we doing? We got a little Monday 8-game slate to go over. We just got some important news. Mitchell Robinson was just ruled out from the Knicks, so that's kind of important. That definitely will give us, even more value. This slate completely changed during the afternoon when we got news that Joel Embiid got ruled out. That just really changed everything. And now we have some more value with Mitchell Robinson out. We're probably going to see either one of Taj Gibson or Nerlens Noel start for the Knicks. One of those guys is going to start at center. They're both super cheap on Draftkings. Taj is the minimum salary, and he's power forward center eligible. Obviously, on this slate, your center spot is probably going to be locked up by Andre Drummond because Andre Drummond is just the best player on the slate by a mile. So I would prefer that Taj be starting because then you can play Taj at power forward. If Noel starts, I think Noel would be a good value, but it's tough because he's center only. And obviously, Drummond's the guy I'm going to be definitely playing at center. But you could obviously play those two guys together. But I did want to hit on that since we did just get that news that Mitchell Robinson was out. And Nerlens Noel is available to play, but we don't have a starting lineup yet for the Knicks. And we don't have a starting lineup yet for the Sixers either. That's the only 7 o'clock game, so we shouldn't have any crazy news come out from now till a lot. We're just waiting on those two teams to put their starting lineups out. But what's up, guys? I appreciate you being here, man. As always, guys, please hit the like button, like the stream. If you have any questions on tonight's slate, you can throw those in chat, and we'll be live for about 25-30 minutes, to answer any questions you guys have. Deshaun says Luka or Russ on DK. Deshaun, I'll be honest, man, that is a super, super close one for me. I think it's a great spot for both Russ and Anthony Davis. It seems like Anthony Davis is going to play. He was questionable, but now he got upgraded to probable. I'm expecting AD to play. If AD plays, that's maybe a slight downgrade for Russ, but I still think Russ has a ton of upside with no LeBron. Honestly, I would say that if you're playing AD, you probably don't want to play Russ and AD together. I mean, you could, but I don't know if I'd want to do that, so I guess it just comes down to your lineup. If you already have AD in your lineup, probably just play Luka there. If you don't have any Lakers, maybe go Russ. But those two guys are so close for me. Starting scrubs built tonight, seeing lots of starters, the bare minimum tag on Yahoo. It's kind of a starting scrub slate for sure. There's definitely some good value. You got, if PJ Dozier starts, he's super cheap. You got, Noel not Kaminsky, but Noel or Taj Gibson, whichever one of those two guys starts for the Knicks. Now that Mitchell Robinson's out, you have, Frank Kaminsky's still cheap. JaVale McGee's still cheap. There's for sure value. This is a slate where if you wanted to, you could play, 2 or 3 stars in your lineup for sure. What's up, Tank? What's up, Dirty Dan? Any shot fading Drummond would be the smart move. I'm not going to do it, Nicholas. Drummond's going to be 80% owned if I had to guess. Honestly, I feel like the 20% of people that don't play him are just probably lighting their money on fire. So, and look, we could always, we could come back tomorrow and be like, oh man, if I would have faded Drummond, I would have won everything. But 9 times out of 10, Drummond's going to smash in these scenarios, and you're going to have him to win, basically. I don't want to look at last time Embiid was out, but if you look at last time Embiid was out, Drummond played 34 minutes, had 56 Draftkings points, 14 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block, 5 steals. Now, the 1 block, 5 steals, that might be a little fluky, but he's going to get a double-double. He's going to get some assists. He's $5,700. He's $3,000 too cheap. Any projection site you look at is going to have Drummond as the top point per dollar play on the slate by a mile. Joval, Booker, Levine, or Vooch? Give me Joval there. Yeah, give me Joval. Since Danny Green is playing, is Shake still on your radar? I want to wait and see what the starting lineup is for the Sixers. Since it's his first game back from injury for Danny Green, maybe they bring him off the bench. I don't really know. If Shake comes off the bench, I'm a little hesitant to go to Shake because his price is up now. I still think he plays a lot of minutes. Just because the Sixers are so thin right now that I still think Shake plays 25, 28 minutes if he comes off the bench. But I think if Shake starts again, then he probably plays 33, 34 minutes, and obviously that's what we're wanting. So yeah, if Shake doesn't start, then I would bump him down a little bit for sure. I never win in basketball, bruh. Hey man, NBA DFS is a sport nobody ever loses in. I would say NBA DFS is definitely, at least, maybe not this year, but it's normally the most predictable sport. NBA is. Normally the top plays in NBA are going to hit a large majority of the time. The chalk in NBA hits a lot. For example, tonight now that I say it, it won't happen. But Drummond's like the clear best play on the slate. We'll see after the night after the night's over. But I have a good feeling you're probably going to need Drummond to win tonight after it's over. Drummond's very likely to blow his price out of the water. But yeah, this season's definitely been a little fluky. I'll say that. There's definitely been days where the good plays, don't really pan out. Who else other than Drummond? I mean, yeah, that's true. It's really hard if you're hand building any lineups tonight. It's hard not to just put Drummond in there as your first guy and then kind of figure out the rest. I mean, when I was hand building my single entry lineup, I clicked Drummond in and then I figured out the rest after that. Noel or Kaminsky on Yahoo. I would say Kaminsky. Even if Noel starts, I would still take Kaminsky over him. Capella, Hayward, or Holmes. Give me Clint Capella. That's definitely close though between him and Holmes. DK about to make Rubio 10,000 plus. Hey, Rubio's gonna have some opportunity now. Colin Sexton's gonna be out. I think do the Cavs play tomorrow? I think we only got like 3 games tomorrow. Let me check. Yeah, we only got 3 games tomorrow. The Cavs don't play tomorrow. But I'll be interested to see where DraftKings prices Rubio, because Rubio's going to get a lot of opportunity with Sexton out for sure. Fox, Edwards, or Lowry? Give me Anthony Edwards there. De'Aaron Fox has been so bad this year, but Tyrese Halliburton's questionable for today. And Tyrese Halliburton, I think if he's out, that does help Fox a little bit. But man, I'm pretty much out on Fox at this point. He's gonna have a good game at some point, but I'll just I'll let other people be on him. He's gonna be 2% owned basically every slate until he does something, or until the price goes way down. Newbie here, what's up, Warren? What's up, my man? Appreciate you tuning in. It's amazing how last night we were fading the early game, and now it's a must to have several of them. Yeah, I said when I made my video yesterday, I said this first game, I don't really have any interest in. I'm not going to be loading up on this first game. And then obviously we get news and Embiid's out, and now the first game, a lot of the best plays tonight, especially on the Sixers side, are coming from the first game. Hard not to at least play a couple Sixers, if not obviously Drummond. You're going to be playing probably. What's up, Noah? D-Rose for value tonight. I'm not really on D-Rose. I thought D-Rose was a good play, yesterday when Kemba was out. With Kemba playing today, not much interest in D-Rose. Got a $2 super chat. Want to hit on this? My man Didi gave me a $2 super chat. Appreciate you, Didi. Says a little game over. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Aside from Andre Drummond, who would your next favorite Sixer be? If Shake Milton starts, he's probably my next favorite because Shake's been playing really well. He's been playing big minutes too, but Danny Green's going to be playing. So with Danny Green playing, they might move Danny Green into the starting lineup. We don't know yet. Don't have a Sixers starting lineup yet. So keep an eye on that. If Shake starts, he's my second favorite Sixer behind Drummond. If he doesn't start, then it would probably be... Maxi's price is, Maxi is still a good play because Maxi's going to play a ton of minutes, but his price feels about right. Same with Seth Curry. I think Milton's the one guy that's still really underpriced if we expect him to play 33, 34 minutes like he has been. Noah, thanks for the info. You got it, my man. You got it. Who do you like in the util under 4,500 other than Kaminsky? Let's see. So 4,500 other than Kaminsky, I'll probably say Steven Adams. I think this is a game where Steven Adams is going to have to play 30, 32 minutes. They don't really have anyone else to guard Karl-Anthony Towns. So 4,500 for Steven Adams. If he plays 32 minutes tonight, he's pretty likely to pay off that price. So I would say him. Thoughts on Philly, guys? Is it okay to play 4 of them? I think 4 Sixers is probably too much. The Sixers do still have they're going to have, I think, 9, if not 10 available players. They'll have Maxey, Curry, Drummond, Milton, Korkmaz, Niang, Danny Green, assuming he's good. Paul Reed will be number 8. I'm pretty sure Bassey's available. I don't know if he'll be in the rotation, but Bassey's going to be available. I think Springer is available too. So they have 9 or 10 bodies. There's definitely a bunch of plays that are viable from the Sixers, but I don't know, a lot of these guys are priced, about right. Drummond's the one that's really underpriced, and Milton, if he continues to start, I think is underpriced too. But 4,900 for Korkmaz, that feels about right. 4,600 for Niang feels about right. Paul Reed started last game, played about 22 minutes. If Paul Reed starts again, he'd be a viable cheap play. But I'm not super thrilled about him, especially now that we have, Taj Gibson, who could be a really good value if he starts. But Drummond is definitely a staple from the Sixers team for sure. John Collins, I think John Collins is fine, Tank. Not someone I'm really like starting my lineup with, but if I have, 7K left at my forward spot or 7K for the util, I'm fine plugging in John Collins. The Warriors have been playing really good defense this year, but they've also been playing really fast. So, kind of a positive and a negative there. You like J-Val? I'm pretty high on J-Val every night. Until DraftKings raises his price to like where it should be, I think, J-Val's going to be in play for me. The only issue with J-Val tonight is that Drummond is going to be in my center spot. So, the only way I'm going to play J-Val is if I play him with Drummond. And there's a lot of other good centers on this slate too, so it's just a tough slate because there's so many good center plays, and Drummond's the best play on the slate is coming from the center position. But I think J-Val will be pretty low owned tonight. He was really low owned last slate when I had him. Bielitsa or Taj, last man in. Definitely give me Taj if he's starting. Too much upside to fade Drummond? Very true, yeah, very true. Really, man, I think the only way Drummond fails is if he gets in foul trouble, gets hurt, or it's like a massive blowout. Drummond, if he plays 32 minutes tonight, Drummond's very likely to get 40, 45, 50 DraftKings points. Anthony Davis in tournaments. I like AD a lot in tournaments. Without LeBron, AD and Russ are going to dominate the usage on this Lakers team. And the matchup is really, really good. Charlotte's been playing at a really fast pace this year. They've been really bad defensively. Charlotte, they have no good defensive big men. Like, they have Miles Bridges, Mason Plumlee, Nick Richards. Like, none of these guys are going to stop Anthony Davis. Like, Anthony Davis should be able to have his way in this matchup. I was so tilted last slate. I played Anthony Davis, and obviously he left the game early, but I like him a lot again tonight. And I'm expecting him to play. He's probable. You think D'Angelo Russell plays because I have Pat Bev in one of my lineups? I think Russell does play. I'm pretty sure he he practiced recently in there, yesterday I think he practiced, or maybe the day before. So yeah, I expect Russell to play. I would be off of Beverly if Russell plays. Any interest in Kelly Oubre? Not really. Not for me. I don't think on this slate Kelly Oubre really stands out. Kristaps a good play. I'm fine with Kristaps. Not a guy that I'm really building around, but as a last piece, if Kristaps fits in your lineup, totally fine playing him. Any news on Anthony Davis or Noel? They both questionable. Anthony Davis is probable, so he's expected to play, and Noel, we just got word, is available to play. So both those guys should be playing. Bruce Brown or Korkmaz? I would take Korkmaz there. Josh Hart, he's only in play for me if Brandon Ingram is out. If Brandon Ingram returns and plays tonight, I'm off of Josh Hart. And I would be off of pretty much all the Pelicans except J-Val. Who wins tonight between Golden State and Atlanta? I think that should be a good game. I think it's going to be a close game. The Warriors have been playing awesome lately. They've been beating the crap out of everybody. I think Atlanta's a good team too, but I would take Golden State, especially at home. I think Golden State wins. What about Korkmaz? He shoot lights out last game. I doubt he does that again, but the minutes will be there. Yeah, the minutes should be there. Korkmaz came off the bench last game. I think he still did play like 30-something minutes, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he played 32 minutes. He came off the bench. Now, he did shoot, 69% from the field, 77% from three. You can't expect that to happen again. Korkmaz is a really scoring-dependent player, so he's a guy that I don't like rostering him, because if he's not shooting the ball well, he's going to disappoint. But he's going to play a ton of minutes. There's going to be usage available without Embiid. He's definitely in play for sure. And the last time Embiid was out against Portland, 25 minutes for Korkmaz off the bench. I think they had more available players then too. Still put up 28 DK points. So he can definitely have a good game. I just think he's priced correctly for what his role is and the type of fantasy player he is, I guess. J-Val or Levine, last piece in. Give me J-Val. You think you have to play a Laker on the slate tonight? I don't think you have to play any Lakers, but Russ, AD, I think are both really good plays. I like both of them. But do you have to play them? No, you don't. Again, there's never must plays in NBA DFS. If anyone's a must play tonight, it's Andre Drummond. Barnes or Bridges? Give me Miles Bridges. Curry or Russ? Building a line with LaMelo. Don't know who to pair. I would go Russ. In tournaments, I do like playing one of those Lakers guys with LaMelo. Because in a scenario where this game is really high scoring and it's competitive, you could get big games from Russ, LaMelo, AD. These are two very fast-paced teams. I definitely like playing LaMelo with a Laker. I don't know if you could play Russ, LaMelo, and AD. That's probably too much, but definitely one of those guys with LaMelo. LaMelo, I think, is a really good tournament play. He's for sure gonna be low owned again, like he's been almost every slate. You like Maxey? I mean, Maxey's in play just because he's getting so many minutes. Like he's played over 40 minutes in back-to-back games, and or at least Doc Rivers seems very content on playing Maxey a ton of minutes. So that definitely makes him in play, but I think he's priced about right for what we can expect from him. He's a little bit cheaper though on Yahoo. If you play on Yahoo, I like Maxey a little bit more there. Yahoo lineup for today: Maxey, Barton, LaMelo, DeMar, Miles Bridges, Jaren Jackson, Drummond, Kaminsky. I think that's pretty solid, Jake. Pretty solid, my man. Hayward, Bane, or Dozier at small forward. I mean, those three guys are like they're three totally different price points. Like Hayward's like 6K, Bane's like 5K, Dozier's 3K. I mean, take Hayward straight up, but I mean, yeah. It's hard to answer those questions when there's three players. They're all different prices. Whose minutes are still the most secure with Green coming back for the Sixers? I mean, I don't know if it really hurt. I mean, so Milton's going to lose a little bit of minutes. Court Moss is going to lose a little bit of minutes. But they're just so thin right now. Like, the Sixers still only have, like, 9 players available. So, and Danny Green's coming back from a hamstring injury, so he might not even play his full minutes. We don't know yet. I still think you're going to get a decent amount of minutes from Shake, from Court Moss. I just don't know if Shake plays, like, 36 minutes like he has been. Maybe he only plays, like, 28. And if he's not getting those, 7, 8 extra minutes, that's going to really hurt at his price point. Now that his price is up to $5,200. But, I mean, they ran a 8-man rotation last game, and that was with Embiid playing. Now you take out Embiid, add Green, they probably run an 8-man rotation again. If Halliburton is out, is Davion Mitchell a go? I would definitely have some interest in Davion Mitchell if Halliburton's out. We have 3 late-night games tonight, so you'll have a lot of swapping you can do. If you put Davion Mitchell in your lineup and then Halliburton plays, if you want to swap off of Davion Mitchell, since we have 3 late-night games, you'll probably have some guys you could swap to. But yeah, with Halliburton out, if he were to be out, he's questionable right now. I think that would really benefit Davion Mitchell. I think it'd benefit Buddy Hield as well. Both those guys would become better options for sure. CP3 or LaMelo? Give me LaMelo. Any DeRozan love? I think DeRozan's fine. He's not really someone I'm prioritizing on this slate. I think on Yahoo, DeRozan looks a little bit better just because you have to roster at least one small forward. And on Yahoo, you don't have like the dual position eligibility. John Collins or Porzingis? That's really close, man. God, I think I'd take John Collins, but that's super close. Paul Reed? Yeah, Paul Reed's in play if he starts. If Paul Reed doesn't start, I would be off of him. Will Barton? I think Will Barton's a really good play. He's definitely one of my favorite options in the mid-range. Without MPJ, I would think Will Barton, Jokic are going to be the 2 guys that really dominate the usage for the Nuggets tonight. And Will Barton played really well last game after MPJ got injured. Maxey, Kemba, Milton, or Lowry at point guard? I mean, give me Lowry there. Like, again, those guys are all different prices, but go Lowry if you have the salary. Who's your favorite besides Milton and Drummond from the Sixers? So besides Milton and Drummond, my next favorite Sixer, it's going to depend on the starting lineup, but I assume they run, the starting lineup's probably going to be Drummond, Maxey, Curry, and then do they start like Paul Reed again? Do they start Danny Green? Do they start Niang? Does Court Moss start? Does Milton stay in there? We know Maxey, Curry, and Drummond though are going to start. I would say Maxey's probably my 3rd favorite Sixer, just because he's been getting so many minutes. And it's really hard for him to fail when he's playing like 40 minutes a night. So I guess I would put Maxey 3rd behind Drummond and then Milton, assuming that Milton's still starting. Hey Noah, bro, how are you? I'm doing well, James. Doing well, my man. Hope you're doing well too. Morant or J-Val? That's close. Give me J-Val. Yeah, we mentioned Steven Adams earlier. I think, Steven Adams is a decent value for sure. He's going to have to play minutes. They're going to need him against Karl-Anthony Towns. So I would assume we get like 30 minutes from Steven Adams, which definitely makes him, a good option at 4,500. Any love for Malik Monk? Not really. Not on this slate. You can maybe play Malik Monk on like the late night slate, but I wouldn't play him on the main slate. Barnes Bridges or Buddy Hield? Give me Miles Bridges, assuming that's Miles Bridges and not McHale. Thoughts on Payton? Yeah, Elfrid Payton? I mean, I would be off of Elfrid Payton. I think Cameron Payne's going to play today. Unless you're talking about Gary Payton. I think Gary Payton's probably not someone I'd be playing either. I mean, he's been really productive lately, but he's still only playing like 18, 20 minutes. I mean, you're going to need Gary Payton to almost average over a fantasy point per minute to be productive. Yeah, those are not plays I'm going to make on a 8-game slate. I think Gary Payton could maybe be viable on like the night slate or like Showdown, but I'm not playing Gary Payton on the main slate. There's just so many other better values. Thoughts on Draymond Green? I think Draymond's always in play. Draymond has triple-double upside. He's going to be low owned. Draymond's definitely someone that's always in play for me. He's usually never a standout option though, especially when his price is correct, which it pretty much is for the most part. 4,600 forward spot on DK. I would say 4,600 at forward. I would probably take Frank Kaminsky, assuming you don't already have him. If you have Kaminsky already, then I would probably go like Niang. Korkmaz or Niang, that's really close. I think I'd take Niang just because he can do a little bit more than Korkmaz in terms of peripherals. Like Niang can get rebounds. He's been productive with the Sixers this year. I think both guys play similar minutes. I would probably take Niang though, just because he's not as scoring dependent as Korkmaz is. Best DFS info out there. You go show my man some love. Hit that like button, guys. Good luck all. Hey, I appreciate that, John. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. I appreciate you being here. Thanks to my man John for the kind words. I appreciate that. If you have any questions, guys, throw those in chat. I'm way behind on questions. I'm trying to answer as many as I can. But we'll definitely be live for 10, 15 more minutes. I'll get all these questions answered. You like Taj even if he doesn't start? Not as much interest in Taj if he doesn't start. His minutes would not be as high, I would say, if he's not starting. Seth Curry or Jalen Brunson? Give me Seth Curry. Your thoughts on AG, Barton, and Dozier? I mean, Barton and Dozier I do like. Aaron Gordon I'm not as high on, but Barton going to get more usage, without MPJ. Dozier probably starts, plays more minutes. Dozier's not a great point per minute player, but he's super cheap. He's going to play it, decent amount of minutes. He's for sure a decent value. KP or Draymond? Give me Draymond. Guard under 4,100 other than Dozier. Let me see. Under 4,100 other than Dozier, I would say, God, there's really not much down here. You might just have to rebuild. Like, there's really no guys down here that I like that much. So maybe make a swap or something. I don't want to recommend someone just to recommend them. So I think Barton's popular. Will he be a share fade given the matchup? I mean, the matchup, against Miami is not ideal. But Barton is definitely underpriced for what we can expect in terms of role, in terms of minutes, in terms of increased usage without MPJ. Like, he should probably be 6,500 today instead of 5,500. He's projecting really well. What's his ownership at? I'll check his ownership real quick. I'm going to refresh this. I mean, I think Barton's going to be popular, but not like massive chalk. I mean, he's probably going to be like 20, 30% if I had to guess. Yeah, 25% projected ownership for Will Barton, which feels, about right. Thanks for the help, my guy. Sure thing, Tank. Sure thing. Curry and Drummond, best Sixers. Drummond for sure. Curry, I would put behind Milton and Maxey. Curry or Luka? Give me Luka. Any interest in Triple J? Always have interest in Triple J, especially with his price where it is. But when it comes to Triple J, you need him to stay out of foul trouble. That's always the issue. Can Triple J stay out of foul trouble? If he does, he's probably gonna pay off his price, especially where he's priced at now. J-Val, CP3 or LaMelo? Man, that's really close between J-Val or LaMelo. I think I'd take LaMelo, but that is super close between those two. Thoughts on Cody Martin? Yeah, Cody Martin. I'm not playing Cody Martin on a big slate like this. Just don't think you need to go there. Too many other good values. Favorite pay-up options? Probably the Lakers guys. AD, Westbrook, Luka. Probably those are my favorite pay-ups. But man, there's so many good pay-up options tonight. I mean, you can't go wrong with Jokic. You can't go wrong with any of these guys. Like, all these guys have a ton of upside. Bane or Noel? I would take Bane. Any love for Blake Griffin? He's pretty cheap. Not for me. I haven't played Blake Griffin all season. Like, Blake Griffin just has no upside. LaMelo or Russ? I mean, straight up, I would take Russ, but, the pricing between those two is a little bit different. Or Luka or Russ? God. Again, that's a super close one. Like, if you have AD already in your lineup, probably just play Luka. If you don't have any Lakers, maybe you go Russ. Morant or Ball? GPP, give me LaMelo. Poole or Seth Curry? That's really close. Like, I like the increased opportunity that Seth Curry's going to get without Embiid. He did have a really good game last time Embiid was out. So I think I'd take him over Poole, but that is really close. Any interest in CP3 with no Ayton? I mean, I think CP3's in play, But his price is like way up there now. I mean, CP3 is 8,700. Like CP3 could have 50 DraftKings points today and still be a good play at his price. But on this slate, I don't think CP3 stands out as like a top play of mine. More likely to use him just like as a last piece if he fits into my lineup. Any love for Steph tonight? Look, Steph's always in play. On this slate, I don't think Steph stands out as much as some other guys, but Steph's always in play. He's been struggling lately, which is automatically just going to keep his ownership down for sure. Is Niang in play? I think Niang's definitely in play. Now, his price is about right. He's going to play probably 25, 28 minutes off the bench, but he's shown he can be productive with the Sixers, and if he gets 28 minutes, he can put up 30 DraftKings points. So Niang's still in play, but I don't think he stands out as much as he did, 3 or 4 slates ago when he was super, super cheap. Triple J or Danny Green? Give me Triple J there. Jesus Christ. I mean, those are two guys that are totally different price points. 5,400 for guard on DK. I would say Shake. If he starts, I would take Shake there. I got LaMelo, Seth Curry, Miles Bridges, Melo, Drummond, Court Miles, Buddy Buckets, and Shake. What do you think? So LaMelo, Seth Curry, Miles Bridges, Carmelo. Man, Carmelo, I'm not that high on at his price, especially now that AD is expected to play. But I think the rest is good. And obviously Buddy Hield, if Halliburton gets ruled out, Buddy Hield will be a solid option. And we got a lot of Blake Griffin questions in the chat. I don't know why you guys would want to play Blake Griffin. How you feel about PJ Dozier? I think PJ Dozier is a solid punt play. He's going to probably be... God, I don't think he's going to be that high owned. I mean, right now, PJ Dozier's projected ownership is 11.9%. I mean, he's projecting as a pretty good point per dollar play. I think he plays like 25, 26 minutes. If he starts, he could play more. I mean, 3,300, it's hard for him to fail at 3,300 if he plays, 25, 26 minutes, which is what he likely does. I mean, he started the last game in place, or he started the second half in the last game in place of MPJ, so I'm assuming he starts tonight. Favorite forward, $22. Let me see. I think Triple J, Triple J is $22. I would take him. LaMelo or Trey? Give me LaMelo. Hero or Lowry? They're both fine, but man, I don't think either one of Hero or Lowry are like standout plays on this slate. They could have good games, but they don't really project as like top options for me. Overall, the Heat are like not a team I'm that high on today. I think Jimmy's fine, especially on Yahoo where you have to play at least one small forward and there's no dual position eligibility. But outside of Jimmy on Yahoo, I'm not really rostering that many Heat today. Rozier or Barton on Yahoo? Give me Will Barton. Triple J or Pam for Drummond? Definitely Drummond. Drummond or Clint Capella? Drummond. Thanks for your time and info. Sure thing, Chris. Sure thing, my man. Morant and Luka or Westbrook and Booker on DK? Morant, Luka or Westbrook, Booker? Man, that's really close. God. Give me Morant and Luka, but man, that's super, super close. That's a coin flip, honestly. Is Lonzo Ball a bad play? I mean, I really haven't played Lonzo at all this year. He just hasn't been justifying his price tag. Lonzo could have a good game, but he doesn't really project as a good option. All right, we just got the Sixers starting lineup. Maxey, Curry, Green, Korkmaz, and Drummond. Oh, okay. So, dude. So who's gonna guard Julius Randle? I hate to look at like individual matchups, but man, like they don't have. I guess Danny Green's gonna guard Julius Randle, and Drummond will be on either Noel or Gibson. I mean, Julius Randle for the matchup, like if you want to look into that, like they have no elite. They don't have a good defensive big. Like they don't have Thibault. They don't have Tobias Harris. They don't have Embiid. I mean, if Korkmaz is on, Jesus Christ, if Korkmaz is guarding Randle, holy shit. Julius Randle's definitely a good tournament play. He's going to be super low on, what's his ownership right now? Yeah, Julius Randle projected for 5% ownership on DK. I mean, I like that a lot. But yeah, now that the Sixers are not starting Shake, I would definitely bump Shake down a little bit. I don't think he plays as many minutes. He's been getting 34, 36 these last two games. I think tonight he probably plays like 26, 28, which still makes him playable, but not as good of an option. All right, guys, I gotta go answer Patreon members' questions. I gotta go, change up my Patreon content. We just got word D'Angelo Russell will play, so there you go. D'Angelo Russell is officially playing. But I'm out of here, guys. Good luck tonight. I appreciate all you guys tuning in, man. I'm sorry I didn't answer everyone's questions, but I think I got through most of them. Appreciate you guys, though. Best of luck, and we will see you tomorrow. We'll be back for another stream, guys. Small slate tomorrow, but we'll be back for a stream. Good luck, fellas.